Hello everyone, welcome to the show. For today's guest, we have Spaceman Kosen. Everyone welcome Spaceman Kosen.
Hello.
And co-host PhD Lovely.
Woo! How you feeling? Yeah.
Very nice. Well, for anyone who may not know you, introduce yourself to the camera. Spaceman Kosen.
All right. Oh, this is the cameras?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kosen, artist, producer, upcoming DJ. I'm all about the good vibes and shining some light on the world. For sure.
Ooh, gotta bring the light to the world.
Very nice. So, I see you've been cooking up a good bit online. You have any music prepped on the way out?
Yeah, so I started this whole new thing. I used to be strictly just hip hop. And then I always had a dabble of electronic music within my work. So I essentially made a new thing called EPH, and that stands for Electro Pop.
Okay.
Yeah, so electronic melodies with pop vocals, which my approach to like lyricism, artistry, even though it's some rap, it is like pop, especially how I approach my singing and just try to make it catchy and melodic, and then hip hop DNA with the rap in it. So super exciting with the things I'm creating now. And have a single Rocket dropping on Friday.
Rocket on Friday. Oh, okay.
Rocket on Friday.
All right. Yeah, that'll probably be out by the time this drops. That's cool. Yeah, we'll see everyone go run it up.
I was gonna say, we can even have a little thing. We can show the song.
Yeah.
Rocket.
That's fire, man. I love that. So
Stop it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, which Rocket, what it represents is, honestly, this year, man, I've been dragged through the mud with so much shit. It's honestly crazy, a person like me, just whenever it comes to people that I just care about and love, I just, been portrayed a lot this year, thrown to the side, but I know within everything happens for a reason, whether it be for your development or someone else's lesson or your lesson. But at the end of the day, I just know the good energy I put out there, it has to go somewhere. And for it to be in something is essentially like me just putting it in a rocket and just sending it somewhere higher. Like I'm trying to really elevate souls, elevate hearts, because I just noticed within music across the board, it's something that's needed.
for sure.
It's too much business, too much algorithmic, too much, not enough human element, like
soul.
Yes, not enough
Soul's
missing. Even within electronic music, which I love a lot now, it always like charges me up, gets me hyped. So that's a big reason why I'm going into that myself. But yeah, man. Pretty much what I'm on.
And you mentioned you're getting into DJing?
Yeah, so I learned the basics in 2016, and I've been to a lot of DJ shows around the city, whether at the district, Eastern, later utility works, and man, the energy, the vibe is just crazy, man. I never imagined before moving to Atlanta, when you think about DJs, you just think about bars,
For sure.
clubs, until I moved here, I'm like, bro, these are artists. It's them playing music they produced, and it's live as fuck. And I'm just like, nah, I'm like, I can see myself doing that for sure, especially with the out-of-the-box stuff I've been creating lately. It's been some really interesting stuff.
So where are you gonna perform first?
I actually ran into this dude that he said I could DJ at, but it looks like I'm gonna have to start at local venues first.
Yeah.
Like I go to this place. Yeah, exactly. I go to this place called Good Roots. It's a little store that sells like botanical teas and stuff in Glenwood. And I'm about to just start pulling up there, playing some stuff for vibes. And I always network at these shows. So I met some headliners that are helping me out and things like that. So I've made more connections the past 3 months within electronic than hip hop in a year and a half. So that's just a sign for me.
The community, I feel like, for electronic, especially when it comes to like the DJs, is like really tight knit. Like when you know one person, you know 3 people. When you know 3 people, you know 12 people, and it's just like it. Like everybody kind of knows each other or knows of each other. Like I have a couple of friends that do the DJing thing, and I met like just one of my boys' girls, like as a club promoter, and when I tell you they knew all the same people. And I was like, y'all have never met though? They're like, yeah, but I know who he is. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, okay. Especially once you get your name out there, like, and you fire.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Fire.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah, his beats are really interesting. Like I love your production style. Like when he says like the electro pop, like it really is like bright synths, like super. Yeah, but then obviously it has all the hip hop elements, like especially in the drum patterns and stuff. Yeah, you know me. I love all types of music, but I've never been like super into electronic stuff. But Will right here, he's the man on electronic stuff.
Yeah, but also I've worked a long time in pop music, so like, pop elements to me, like if it's not catchy, I don't want to sing to it.
Right. Nah, that's
most
true.
definitely.
Yeah, which since we're in Atlanta, just hitting on what I think is needed within the hip hop culture, right? It needs a huge revamping. It's no pun intended. I feel like the hip hop culture is shot up. And it has to do with multiple things. It's not a one-way track problem. And it's not a one-way solution, right? But I think people need to realize that we need to put something more sustainable within the underground. It needs to be less ego, because when I say I've met platinum artists, I ran into some cool cats like, Ghana, been around Lil Yachty, been around a few of these cats. So a lot of these cats are cool, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But a lot of these cats, they're just too much in their own ego to where it's like, bro, the energy's not there. And I'm just trying to also, in a way, show people in hip hop that you can do other things. You don't have to just do what everyone else is doing. You can make it your own style and make it fire. And as you progress in that, it's going to be something people going to be like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've never heard that. Hold up. I got to check this out. So I still have love for hip hop, but I truly think Atlanta does need a revamping within the culture, more sustainable.
Yeah, I was talking at work just last night about like I always try to stay on top of new music. Like when I see a new release, I really hop on that, because as a new artist, I think it's really important to know what's happening right now. True. And not be like comparing to stuff that was happening in the 2010s. Like that's great, but that's not the same musical ecosystem.
Right.
And that's something I notice a lot in Atlanta, is that it seems like there are a lot of artists that are just trying to stay like in the lane in whatever the crowd is liking. But we seem to be in a place where the crowd is sort of shifting. And so people that are kind of stuck and like, well, I'm just going to do what the crowd likes. It's like the crowd doesn't even know what they like right now. So sustainability, if you're doing that constantly, then how long until you're gonna have to switch everything up? Now your skills, you've been practicing one skill set for so long, and now it doesn't translate. Like that's gonna be difficult for some voice.
Like, are you just like trying to be relevant and like part of a culture that you don't even fully subscribe to? That's I always talk about this, but like the authenticity. Like if you're being authentic to who you are inside the styles that really resonate with your soul, the audience will find you, but you have to be completely connected to the vision that you're trying to create.
Absolutely. Yeah, and there was one quote that one of my past music teachers always said, something like, people may forget what you say or maybe even what you do, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And that is something that we need to push within music, that feeling like you were talking about, that soul, man. Because the audience is changing. I hear conversations from countless people talking about the issue of everyone's doing the same thing. We need something new, this, and that. And a lot of times they will be stuck on what came before, and they don't know what's next until you put it in their face, and then they will hop on the train. But yeah,
think of a color you've never seen before, type shit.
Right. Now that'd be tight.
Especially in the internet, you got all these types of music. You can find anything. It's all right there. When you find something that genuinely is like new and you've never heard anything like it ever, I get off on that so much. I love that.
It's weird. It's strange.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really love that so much. Like it goes very far.
Dude, Who's this teacher of yours? Because that is some of the best wisdom I ever got. You know, first couple months in Atlanta, met a dude at a bar, was drinking way too much, and was 21 years old, like dumb and young, but like he was a very wise guy. Gave me a lot of good stuff to read. But like the only thing I remember, he like sat me down, looked me dead in my face, and he'll say, "You might not remember what I said, but you remember how I made you feel." And I'm like, damn, I carry that to my soul. That's such good and sage advice, man.
Right. This professor, his name was Dr. Robert W. Smith. When I went to Troy University, he was over the populist department, which was a popular cover band, essentially. He was over the audio department, also teaching people about songwriting. And RIP to him, he was such a great teacher, which he was the first person. I remember when I had my songwriting class with him, which, I sung in church as a little kid and little things like that. But he was the first guy who was like, "Wouldn't y'all agree, class? Like the timbre of Ray's voice is pretty nice." And I was like, he was the first guy, and like, and yeah, he was such a wise dude. He was actually on the Grammy lineup for voting. He was super big dude. Had accolades more within orchestral music and symphony and things like that. But he was the guy who told me that, and he was such a wise man. And I think about that all the time, how me and a few of my other peers from that school, Ava, she's from the Bahamas doing her artistry. A friend in Nashville, we were in the same class. She's doing her thing. Damien's in New York doing his thing. And I'm here in Atlanta doing my thing. And it's like, we just went from this place in Alabama. It was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Let's make this happen, and let's enjoy the ride while we're at it, because a lot of upcoming artists, including myself at one point, wanted it so quick.
Oh yeah.
Wanted so quick. But man, when you enjoy the ride and not necessarily worry about the outcome, just do what you feel in the moment, it just makes everything else so like fun and just enjoyable. It really does.
Sure.
For sure. Since
the destination's only a finite point.
Yeah,
the journey's where you're gonna be all the rest of the time.
That is facts.
Since EPH is sort of a new thing,
Okay.
and I have a interest in influencing new things, I wonder.
Okay.
Is there any way that you're already planning of bringing like drumline elements or like really crazy percussion stuff into EPH? Because I could totally hear like a drop, because this is like a metal thing, specifically Slipknot. But you know how Slipknot has all the percussion elements?
Right.
They have like, that was a thing, especially on their second, third, fourth, like they started having, no matter what, like a song that would have like a basically a drumline breakdown. And I could totally see with EPH there being like, even if you're not like up there doing it, if you're just at the deck, where it's like this drop, and but then it like goes into this like sick thing.
Yeah.
And I could totally see you up there doing like the stick tricks.
That's a
everything.
great question. That's a great question. Which another thing I noticed within the concerts I've been with electronic music, I've seen people play electronic music with synths live. I've seen people play electronic music with drum triggers. Like you said, at the drop, have a drum pad, start playing. With me, I definitely 100% want to do that. I've been on MPCs, and to me, honestly, I sold my Key 37. It was too easy. But I'll probably get back with it. But absolutely, I want to add my musicianship to the equation. I feel like electronic is that perfect lane to do that.
Yeah.
As having such a drumming being my first talent, I definitely want people to feel the rhythm. When it comes to dancing and anything in general, that rhythm, that groove, that's what really gets people moving. And the melody is just kind of like the vibes, like the frequency of like, they're just like, okay, this is like surrounding me. The groove got me moving. So absolutely 100%, I want to add drumming elements.
I just see the room, just a crowd of people. They're just going crazy, and all you hear up there is like, and everyone's just like going. I could see that going really hard.
Sample that right there.
Hey, honestly, that was pretty good. Heck yeah, man.
Just loop that up.
Exactly, which even with drum set, I could imagine, which a lot of people down electronic drum sets, which I do agree, the feeling is different.
Yeah.
But they are getting significantly better, especially at trigger sensitivity, rolls and diddles. You can adjust all these parameters. They're getting good, but I could definitely imagine just putting a drum set up there. When I have my production plan, you know, like you said, for a drum break, just get on drums and get on synths for a little bit. And then start rapping, singing at one point.
Yeah.
I could definitely see myself flourishing with all of this. And sometimes, I see the vision, but when it comes to getting there, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, it's like driving on a foggy road. It's like, you know where you're going, you can see so far in front of you, but it's like really, the in between, like, what do I do? But essentially, you just got to keep on driving to find out.
Yeah.
Like, just got to keep on going.
You gotta go with a little bit of faith.
Exactly.
Mhm.
100%.
Faith goes a long way. It's necessary.
The wheel.
For sure.
Where in Atlanta would you be like, oh, I've made it because I'm like doing this thing in the city, like, wow. And like obviously things sound glamorous in your mind, and then you do them, and it's like, oh, that like didn't, you know.
Yeah.
We're all so humans, but yeah, what like space? Is there like a venue or maybe a collaboration or something where you'd be like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I reach that moment where I'm getting every single talent, every single skill craft I worked on, and display it in a way in front of people that's so undeniable, like, this dude's a maniac. Like, this dude, he's been doing music all his life. And I feel like I would made it whenever I'm displaying that full creativity, full musicianship, artistry, everything at one single point. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a venue, but venues are dope. I mean, District, Eastern. The Eastern. What's another one? What was another one? Even Believe Music Hall, a couple other places. But that's when I know I made it, when simply I'm the best version of myself in that moment, and creativity is flowing to a point to where they're looking at what I'm doing, and it's like, there's no other way this guy could do this unless, like, he was just one of those guys who always knew he had it in him.
Yeah.
You know, and I always knew I had it in me from like a very young age, and I just continue working. And I really want people to feel elevated. Like, I think I have a caption in my Instagram that's like, elevating souls to the skies one note at a time. Because I want people to feel like they could continue whatever they're doing with consistency, faith, and self-belief. And the world needs a lot of that. I feel like it's such a balance, a misbalance with dark and light. And something has to, get that balance up back there. I think music is such a powerful way to do that. I know there's multiple people out there doing it for the right reasons. And I want to be the guy who's like, when they see me doing my thing, be like, man, this guy's one of the brightest dudes in the universe. And he never stopped being him, no matter how many times the world has tried to like down him. You know, no matter how many times he's fallen, he's gotten back up and shined brighter and was stronger every single time.
I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and like pretty much the entire thing is like, you keep on getting knocked down. It never stops happening.
Thanks.
The fact, like, you just have to be the kind of person that's willing to get back up every time. Because like, I get it, you're at whatever point in your career, and everyone's always being knocked down, but it's the people that get back up. They just keep going.
See, I'm a nosy bugger, and you don't got to say any names, but you know, I've been going through a similar season as well. Can you open up about some of like the moments where you're like, dang, like this is just like, now I got to get back up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I had a studio internship at Blue Room. Long story short, I was doing so good, they let me visit the new studio, Violet Isle Studio.
fire.
And
that's
it is a great studio.
that production room that overlooks the city.
Mm-hmm. It's
I
an
think that's
awesome
incredible.
view.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took a few pictures while they were having a meeting. Wasn't aware of any privacy policy. It was all public information. I did a professional post. It got back to the owner. He dropped me immediately. Owner never met me. Everybody there loved me, but I was like, okay, let's try again. Went to Bravo Ocean, which is also really good too.
Yeah.
And I love the people there. One dude, he was a dickhead and an asshole, but I ain't even gonna lie, bro. He had something out against me, man. Shoot, it's just like, man, like sometimes I trigger people involuntarily just by being myself.
For sure. Bringing light into a room is
Yeah.
a weighty thing to a lot of people.
It is, yeah.
Especially when they want to think that they the big dog in the room.
Right.
You come in, you looking confident, happy, they threat.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, when you rely on a facade, when you have light, no facade can outshine true light.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't matter. If you're true and you're authentic in what you're doing, then like that's difficult for someone because then they don't know how to move because
They can't control you.
they're reliant on other people not seeing who they really are. And if you're moving in light, then you kind of just are a reflection to everybody for who they really are anyway. So
that's a
you know,
Man, I didn't know you were so deep.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
through.
Been around the block a couple times. If you know, you know.
I didn't know, you know.
I recently left Bravo Ocean about a month ago. I stayed the 3 months, and frankly, they're great people. Like I said, it was just a situation with that one guy. But when I made the decision, I really thought and prayed about it, and I was like, I went with my spirit. I went with my gut, which I've done a lot. I used to be friends with this platinum selling artist. Frankly, he loves to relive that tale. And he's just like, bro, it's like, and the crazy thing is he within himself was good enough to where he could have got another platinum plaque if he really believed in himself. But what he believes got him that in the first place was strictly just money. I'm like, well, if you think that, then within yourself, your perspective, you're not going to get another one.
Yeah, you'll manifest that.
Yeah.
Ooh, crazy hot take, but this is a thing that was like bugging me, and so when it happened, I was like, ooh, it kind of goes into manifestation. But you guys know about Oliver Tree?
Yeah.
So Oliver Tree for like the last year where he was alive or so was like really annoying me because I kept getting things on Instagram of him, but he would be complaining about how he wasn't like famous anymore. He wasn't relevant anymore and all this.
Interesting.
And kind of going with what you were saying, like putting energy into the world. It's like, it's dark, but he like almost got what he was asking for. He spent the last year. Like, I don't believe if he knew he was going to die that he would have cared about the things he was caring about for that last year. Like for the last year, everything I saw about him was only him complaining about how he doesn't have enough money for his music videos. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have fame. People aren't engaging with him, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he becomes a massive talking point and like,
Because of his death.
yeah, and it's like, you know, I fully believe that what you put out into the universe, you sort of get back. And it was really interesting to me to have someone that was like annoying me with how much they were talking about how much they wanted to be famous. Like, I used to be famous and it's so unfair. I'm not famous anymore.
Right.
And then something happens that makes them really relevant again, but it doesn't matter. And I was like, that's...
Yeah, because now that you say it that way, it's like when it comes to artists and they're seeing everything they don't have, you gotta realize that you gotta be careful what you speak about into the world too, because the tongue is very powerful. I mean, what good is fame, quote unquote, if you pass away?
Right.
Like you get the fame, but like you're gone, you know?
Yeah.
And Oliver Tree, I don't know a lot about him. He seemed like a commendable dude. But to me, with this music, it was very creative. And And yeah, it's just so interesting with artists, how they develop, man. And it is easy to see the things that you don't have. But
It's
with
so easy to
yeah,
see,
it is
yeah.
easy. With me, I never even thought about that in this chapter. What I don't have, I just focus on what I do have. And
I think
Gratitude.
that might be the
yeah,
right
gratitude.
move.
Gratitude is so important, man.
Mhm.
It's so important to have gratitude for sure. Heck, yo, no, that's a dope point.
I've seen people with no budget. I'm talking no
Right.
budget make music videos that can
Mhm.
go viral. Like
Yeah.
Right.
there aren't really excuses. I don't feel like in this
It's
day
not-
and age.
not even
Like
no.
you know,
There is right place, right time.
Sure.
But,
Mm.
you know, that's like,
that's out of your control.
yeah.
Mm.
And if you want to be at the right time, you gotta do something. Because if you're just a perfectionist, then you're never gonna have the time because you're always in the lab.
Yeah, you're always tweaking on something that
It's-
normal people ain't even gonna hear.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nobody know that snare frequency ain't clear.
Yeah, that's
Right.
a good point.
I remember that in that track. Snare frequency. It wasn't
Snare
right.
frequency.
It just wasn't
which
right.
track? Your
Nice
track?
Yeah.
nice.
Did the track come out?
Oh, it's out. You can hear it.
Awesome.
I'll put it in the comments or something.
There you go. Yeah.
Dope. Heck yeah, man. But it's always just an enjoyable thing to one, talk to other people.
Mm.
I love meeting strangers and them just saying it was nice to meet you. Like that goes. I feel like that within itself defrosts my heart the most. Whenever I just go to people with compassion or empathy, something really simple, and they just appreciate it so much because. Yeah, some people you can be as much as a blessing to them as you want, but if they don't want to receive that, then you can't. There's nothing
can't
you
force
can
them
do.
to
You
receive
can't.
it.
Oh man.
Nah, you really can't. Yeah, the world is an interesting place, and people are, frankly, always interesting. It's nothing that really surprises me. Interesting is the only word I can think of. It's just like
It's the only political
damn,
word.
it's just.
Talking about you like took the words out of my mouth. I had a situation and I was just being really transparent and open.
Mhm.
And, you know, I was putting in a lot of hard work and I was talking with people I was around. I was like, you know, I want to be able to be a blessing to you guys. You know, I was just like, hey, I'm putting in a lot of hard work and I just want you to know that this isn't like completely self-serving. Like I want this to help out the team. And to communicate that, I said, you know, I want to be able to be a blessing to you guys. And of course, they decided to take that and you have an ego problem. You think you can be a blessing? And I'm like, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not even like I'm just saying I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And you're just actively like, no, we don't want it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well then you're not gonna get it. Like it's so simple. Like I'll
That's
even.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit hurts. I ain't even gonna lie, man. That shit really does hurt from genuine caring people. I used to be a part of this community, man, and they completely banned me from their establishment, the owner. And it was just a situation of, I feel like it got to a point, which in January, I was strictly like just on my ass, no moves, got fired from a job, internship was done. And I was just sitting every day just with me and my own thoughts, like, what can I do? Like, what can I do? Just stuck. And that platinum artist guy who I mentioned, he didn't want to help me out. I even offered to make him a beat. He literally laughed and looked at his girlfriend, was like, nah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, but I got banned from this community when a few people in there know the person I am. But it's like, it hurt for a bit because I thought, well, this was the first group of people when I moved to Atlanta. I thought literally was like my family.
The fam.
And shoot, it hurt for a bit because I was just like, shit. But ever since that moment, which this happened probably a month ago, I've been so focused within my music and continuing to not let that change me and continuing to meet strangers. You know, you never know when you could be that person that just changes someone's whole day.
Of course.
Like, you know, prevent them from doing something, you know, hurtful to themselves. And but yeah,
Even
I
just
agree with
changing
you,
their
man.
mindset.
That's a mindset for
Yeah.
sure. And that's it's crazy when that happens, but I think the ability to not let that change oneself is the definition of true strength within just knowing yourself and knowing the energy you bring and your own worth as well. But yeah, thank you for sharing that because I can relate to that a lot. It's just wild, man.
It blew my mind. Like because it was like a vulnerable thing for me to say. It wasn't an easy thing to say to somebody. I want to be able to be a blessing to you because it's so like gushy and like and just. But that was the last reaction I was expecting was for them to turn it and to be like, "Oh, you just have a massive ego. You think you can help people." It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
add value, man. I'm just adding value.
You're showing so much about your character.
Exactly.
It's a projection. You don't think anybody's capable of helping anybody, so you don't even try. And anybody who is going to try you. And kind of like you were saying, I mean, I don't know the specifics about what got you banned or whatever, but talking about all the changing things in the atmosphere, you know, when groupthink starts to move, I think truth becomes even more dangerous to the people that have had control because since things are moving, it can go any way. Someone can show up and put on another facade and that could be the new thing. But when things are moving, truth always elevates a little bit more.
Right.
And so in some sense, from knowing you for a good bit, you know, I know that you always do your best to stay on top of, you know, being true, being kind, trying your best to read the energy right, you know, like, and so I could sort of fill in the blanks just from what I know of you of why someone might want to like ban you. And I could see that people in a group that have hierarchy, they're at the top of the hierarchy in the group, they wouldn't like somebody that's just gonna be like, yo, I'm supporting you, like I support this, like I support y'all, like you know, I want to see everyone improve, all rising tides. Some people ain't want that because
they don't, man. You could, like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And it's like I'm not even like forcing anything, I'm just being myself and trying to like encourage people to be the best version of themselves, especially if I'm not one to complain. But if someone comes around me complains so often, I'm gonna eventually be like, okay, so how you think about fixing this? Like, you know, what do you think? What's the solution? You're looking at the problems but not coming up with solutions. What can you do? You know,
you are draining my energy.
Yeah, it's just some interesting stuff, man. Ever since then, man, I just been focused on the grind, doing what I can do, you know, back in the gym. That has helped a lot, man.
I gotta get back in the gym.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight a few months ago. I was really skinny, wasn't really eating that much, and maybe it was a mental thing for just maybe that energy I was in. But ever since then, I started feeling like myself again and being okay with just being me, and you know, it's a great feeling for sure. Heck yeah.
That's definitely. Well, we're going to take the opportunity here. Towards the end, we always turn on the lights. You get to pick any color. Just
Okay.
box up there.
Okay. Any color.
Any color.
Let's see. Which way do I plug?
Up in the where it's plugged in up there.
If you get it to go on the first.
Nice.
People
He's a
sitting.
1-on-1 right there. You brought the light. Nobody can do that.
Yeah. People do be struggling with the light. So, when I first met you, it was Kosen on the wave. Now it's Spaceman Kosen because we're rocket up to the atmosphere. But when did that change happen?
So that change happened after I left Bravo Ocean.
Okay.
Which is interesting to say because in that situation, it probably would have been so different if I would have stayed the engineer route. Essentially, a lot of people were telling me I was not able to do the things that I had in my mind. But I was like, you know what? I just need to fully believe in myself. And the spaceman part, once I look back at all my tracks that I've made, and what I'm saying. And I'm a big nature guy. I always talked about, sun, moon. I even had, when I was in Orlando, earth, moon, and stars, like that was when I dabbled within synths and like really spacey music and just getting into the electronic music. Now I honestly look back and made that decision for myself. And you can't fly when your wings are wet. So I had to get out of the ocean.
Okay. Yo. Oh, yeah. That was good.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah. Wow. That was artistic. Are you gonna please tell me that's a bar somewhere. Please tell me.
I want to have to use that one.
Dude.
I have to use that one.
That was really good.
Appreciate it.
So what's next for the Spaceman?
All right, so I'm dropping Rocket. So essentially, Rocket is talking about leaving things that aren't for me in the past, like elevating to the point of where I'm my best self and highest energy, which I think is important when people are envisioning themselves to not think of themselves as who they are now, but who you want to be. Who is the ideal person that you see yourself at the top? Start being that person now. And, start being that person now. I remember I said that to someone. They were like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know how to explain it any more than that. Be the person you want to be right now. Yeah. And what's next for me, I'm continuing to produce these out-of-the-box productions, practicing my DJing, getting out there with that. As far as artistry, I'm just creating the utmost, man, I don't even know how to even explain it. Just energies and frequencies to who I am, who I want to be, continuing to drop singles while producing and getting my DJ thing on the road. But I believe DJing is going to put me in front of people quicker, and also doing performances as artists and creating beats and stuff. But I'm just going to continue doing that.
I know you got beats on beats. Like how long of a set do you think you have right now? If you were to get every beat, you'd be down doing a DJ set. How long could you be up there for?
Honestly, I would say an hour and a half. If it's just straight beats that I could line up with BPM. Pushing with 2 hours when I mix in some of my Kawhi Future Bass, which I listen to Kawhi Future Bass, Future Funk, a lot of Asian EDM producers. Man, that stuff's pretty nerdy, but I ain't like with the energy, with how they make their stuff. I'm using that as a lot of inspiration too, moving forward. Somewhat a lot of energy to get people moving, and just continuing to put that good energy out there. See what comes out of that.
Well, I love that you brought up the Kawhi Future Bass. I don't know much about it, but I know like Kawhi and stuff. I wanted you for since we hadn't touched on it, because I still just love it. I want you to explain Kosen, because I just love how it comes together. Yeah,
So Kosen is Japanese for ray, or ray of light.
And his name's
Ray. Ray.
Okay.
So when it comes to that name, I try to tell people that I took in the name, but I didn't give that name to myself. It would be strangers, people I just met. They would see my personality and be like, wow, you're so bright. You're like a ray of light. If I had a list of people that have said that to me, it'll be a couple hundred. So also just having that, I'm a big anime fan. I love Asian culture, the artistry, the waves. So whenever I got into listening to electronic EDM music, those guys are nuts with the stuff they come up with. I'm just like, the energy is just like, wow. And just getting into that, I just know I chose the right name to make it an Asian-based name. Is Japanese as ray of light. So Kosen.
It seems just instilled. Like I said, it's in the name. It works out. So, I love it, man.
Thank you. Which it kind of with Kanye, even though he's crazy, well, he's not crazy. The media puts him as that. Anyway, just listen to how he's been a big.
You want to do a whole nother podcast? Oh, yeah. Go down the Kanye rabbit hole.
Yeah, he's just been a big inspiration for me and how he just creates his stuff. So just hearing Kanye and then Kosen just within that, I'm like, wow, that's pretty dope too.
Mm.
I hope I
Yeah.
can be the Kanye of electronic music, just be more mentally stable, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it ain't easy,
I was about
man.
to say, yeah, especially in the industry, man. Everyone,
industry's
yeah.
nuts.
The industry is
Dude.
nuts.
Yeah, people do just be tripping sometimes.
They do be tripping. I be like, guys, they just chill, man, chill.
Yeah.
We're all here just on this planet trying to live our best lives and, experience what we experience. And yeah.
Trying to make music, ain't it?
Yeah.
Just
More
trying to
noble,
make
noble
music.
than that, right?
Right. Making music is one of those things that's just, it's an amazing feeling. I know y'all can agree whenever you meet something and then something comes out and it's just like, I didn't think it would come out like this, but you know what? It's better than what I could have imagined in the
Mhm.
first place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Kosen,
Yeah,
Love having you, brother.
Appreciate
great seeing you.
too.
Thanks for
you
coming
so
on.
much.
Check out Spaceman Kosen.
So,
Rocket out now. Go stream it.
appreciate it.
You won't
See ya.
remember what we said, but we'll remember how it made you feel.
So,
Peace.
Thank you. That was awesome. Heck yeah.
That's so funny, man. That's so funny to talk that much about it because, like,